one of the hottest gyms in Japan, Team Grabaka, comes Yuki Sasaki against the X-Man, Xavier Lucas.
Well, Xavier Lucas comes in with big raps, very well credentialed fighter, of course from Team Smash. I think the Aussie might do this one, Michael, against the Japanese challenger yet again.
Smash versus Grabaka, Australia versus Japan.
Yuki Sasaki versus X-Man Xavier Lucas.
Japanese fighter Yuki Sasaki, the second Japanese representative here tonight, makes his way to the cage from the Team Grabaka gym in Tokyo. Jiu-Jitsu stylist of 15 years, brings in an extensive record of 24-16. Can he make it 1-1 for the Japanese team here tonight, or will Team Australia go 2-0? The X-Man, Xavier Lucas from Team Smash, a boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling exponent. Brings in a record of 10-1-1, a boxing record of 7-1. Former South African amateur boxing champion and the Pan-Pacific Shootout middleweight champion. We are set for 5-by-5 in this title fight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to bout number 9 of the evening. This fight is currently brought to you by Osmosis. 5-by-5-minute rounds in the middleweight division, and they will be fighting for the Extreme MMA World Middleweight title. Firstly, to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, trained at the Grabaka gym. He's trained in Jiu-Jitsu. He stands 6 feet tall and weighs 83.75 kilograms. He is a current deep fighter, a former Pride fighter, and he is a Dream and Sengoku fighter, one of the most experienced Japanese fighters to land on the shores of Australia. He hails from Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, Yuki Sasaki. And his opponent to my left, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Team Smash. He is a mixed martial artist and stands 5 feet, 9 inches tall. Official weight, 83.6 kilograms. He is the only Westerner to get the Pan-Pacific Shooto Middleweight Championship. He's ranked #1 in the world middleweight on the Shooto rankings. He hails from Australia, ladies and gentlemen, Xavier X-Man Lucas.
Larry Papadopoulos here ringside, watching all the action on paper. This one should be a very good contest. Yuki Sasaki out of the well-credentialed Grabaka gym in Tokyo, most known for producing Kazuo Masako, the Grabaka hitman he used to be known as, who early this year at SRC 14 at the Kokugikan produced the Fight Up 2010 against George Santiago. Third man in the ring, Chris Tognoni, Michael Chiavello, Mark the Hammer Castanini. We are joined by Brian Ebersol doing some commentary on us with us cage side. Brian, great to have you here with us at XMMA.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been a pretty interesting night so far, and the big fights are still to come.
And here we go, Australia versus Japan. Sasaki comes out jabbing.
He's got some heavy strapping on his left leg there, Sasaki. I wonder if Xavier Lucas is going to smash away with his shin at that. Maybe see if there is anything under that strapping.
Yuki Sasaki, who has fought under the Pride banner, currently fights under the Dream banner. And they go to the canvas early here.
That was one of the more interesting takedowns I've ever seen.
Certainly covered a lot of cage in getting there. Top position here for Yuki Sasaki. Inside the half guard is Sasaki.
What do you know of Xavier Lucas, Brian?
I've seen him fight numerous times. I've actually visited his hometown in South Africa and met training partners and opponents from his boxing days. And they all say he's got very, very fast hands. And his wrestling's improved a lot since I've seen him fight Shane Nix for the CFC title.
Oh, he passes nicely there. Sasaki goes to side control. Lucas looking to put him back inside the half guard if he can. A former amateur boxing champion of South Africa, Xavier Lucas. Some 250 odd amateur fights as a boxer.
Definitely wants to get this one back on its feet then, so he can showcase his skills.
Yeah, I don't think he's too happy being down there, but he trains with some very good guys in Perth. He's one of the few guys in Perth that are starting to cross over from gym to gym just to get the best training. So I expect him to be in pretty good shape tonight, even on the ground.
The XMMA World's Middleweight title on the line here. As Sasaki glances up towards his corner, the team from Grabaka Gym giving him instructions. And a referee, Chris Tognoni, says, let's stand it up, boys.
There you go.
Which is certainly a better position for Xavier Lucas, the X-Man. He glances towards his corner. Adam Watt working the corner here of Xavier Lucas.
Good to see Adam Watt cage side as well, issuing the instructions there to Xavier Lucas.
Sasaki, slightly taller of the two. Nice right-hand counter there by Xavier Lucas, and Sasaki. Did he catch a thumb in the eye? Yeah, squinting on that left eye is the Japanese fighter.
Time.
He weighed in slightly heavier last night, 83.75. Xavier Lucas at 83.6.
Fight recommences 2 minutes and 18 seconds into round 1.
Let's see if Lucas can get his hands off here, and he does indeed. Throw that counter right hand up the tube nicely. Turns back into him, Lucas. Aggressive restart here from Yuki Sasaki. Go to the canvas, Lucas inside the half guard. Cracks away with that right hand to the jawline.
This might be a position Lucas didn't plan on finding himself in tonight, so he's definitely got to take advantage and make the bottom guy work hard.
Crossing that arm across the forehead there after he dropped the right hand, and he rattles the ear again here of Yuki Sasaki.
Stay busy, gentlemen.
Gets 2 punches off that right hand. Keep him busy, Xavier Lucas. What does Sasaki need to do from here, Brian?
Well, it looks like he plays a bit of a slower game from top and bottom, so I think he's kind of planning for the 5-round fight. So I think he just needs to keep his head down and keep that grip and wear this out. But he'll use that underhook soon enough when he starts feeling danger, I believe.
Pull that head down and control the posturing here of Xavier Lucas, who's getting that right hand off at the moment. Sasaki puts him back inside the closed guard. He's got to lock down these arms, though, of Lucas. Look at the ground and pound now.
Such a powerful, weighted fighter is Lucas. Look at him unloading now.
Yeah, he's a very, very explosive and aggressive fighter, and again, Sasaki just looks like he's more the jiu-jitsu, kind of the monkey, the sloth.
Yeah.
He just wants to hang on and use his weight and slow the match down, but he's definitely having trouble here.
It's the strength and conditioning work of Xavier Lucas is certainly paying off for him right now.
Sasaki, of course, is used to fighting in a ring, not in a cage, in such promotions as Deep and Pride. One of the few times he's ever been inside a cage. Yuki Sasaki, though he does bring in the experience, the cage experience will go the way of Xavier Lucas. Can make a difference, particularly for the Japanese fighters who had quite a bit of a hard time adjusting to the cage, particularly those that have gone from Dream over to Strike Force in recent times. The likes of Shinya Aoki.
Definitely limits your mobility on the ground. It's very hard to put your hips left and right when you've got them up against the cage, or even with your head against the cage.
Especially for the Japanese, who are the submission specialists. And Sasaki tries to lock up that leg. Lucas just gets out of dodge, back to center cage. End of the round, we go to the round. So Brian, if you're playing coach here, and first of all, if you're in the corner of Yuki Sasaki, what are you telling him to do in the second?
He definitely needs to push the pace forward and try to get on top. He can't let Xavier keep pushing him through. It's just going to put him back on his back.
Indeed, can Sasaki draw Lucas to the deep water? From Lucas, final instructions in his corner from Adam Watt, former world's cruiserweight kickboxing champion.
This is the 5th
What
and
has
final
Yuki Sasaki got? Double jab from Lucas.
Circling a slight bit the wrong way as Sasaki right into that power hand. Let's see if Xavier unloads the overhand right. You know Xavier wants a finish. He'll be content with the win, but he does want to finish.
Jab again. Uppercut.
Here he goes.
Rocks the head back with that right. Here come those diesel pistons. And he spins out of dodge. Nicely done there from Xavier Lucas on the inside with the right-handed uppercuts.
I reckon somewhere in his corner someone told him, Xavier, you can do anything for 5 minutes. So go out there and push the pace a bit.
What has Sasaki got left here? The third round was his best. The fourth round was not. And him already behind here in the fifth and final. Though it's still the early stages of the round.
You can't believe he can really hurt Xavier on the feet at this stage.
No, I'm just really confused why he hasn't done that a lot earlier and a lot more often.
Wrestling's hard work, Mark.
Yeah.
Very hard work.
Getting punched at will is even harder, though.
Yeah, you blow your gasket on the wrestling and you come back up and your hands are sitting at your waist, so it's never fun. You've seen guys almost get demoralized without really getting hit.
I think he's having so much trouble trying to execute a double or single-legged takedown on Lucas's massive thighs. He just can't control the legs, sprawls back, and he's got to give that takedown away.
Also in the corner here of Yuki Sasaki, Ian Schaffer, who himself has fought in the old Hero shows in Japan on K1 Max. Having once beaten Genki Sudo, of course, Ian Schaffer over in Japan. He'd love a return to the land of the rising sun. Taking a year off at the moment for family time.
I've been chatting with Ian a little bit on the internet since he's had his child, and he said he's taking a bit of time off and really quite enjoying it. He said being a tough guy his whole life, it's quite a change to look at a little baby's eyes and have that soft heart.
It's good to see him here cage side.
Well, for you, I had flashbacks. I looked across the cage just a little bit ago, and he gave him the thumbs up. So,
snaps out that jab, does Lucas. Sasaki has got to start working here.
Yes, Lucas now trying for the takedown.
Just to prove he can do it, I reckon. For no other reason, just to show he can.
Just to confuse Sasaki a little bit.
Time now becomes the enemy of Yuki Sasaki. Can you find a way to put Xavier Lucas on his back again? Does not look like it.
I think he's relegated just to the decision right about this point. He knows about 3 or 4 minutes are down in the round.
Throws the right hand, gets countered again. Good quarter turning footwork from Xavier Lucas.
That's the kind of footwork when the pace gets pushed that really makes the edge for guys like Xavier that have had this boxing experience. They make them angles and really let the hands go a bit harder.
Left hook, right.
And here comes our finish.
And this is it! It's over! Fifth and final round, the knockout victory for Xavier Lucas.
Wow, it took a while,
the
but boy.
world title. So that's the big kibosh, brother.
It absolutely was, and a bunch of fast mini kiboshes after that, because I don't think any of those last 10, 15 punches were anything but face.
Xavier Lucas has certainly brought the house down with the big right hand.
What we know
Perfectly
he can do, but he took his sweet time to do it, Hammer.
Just wanted more airtime. What's it also? Look at that, beautifully done, straight right. And here goes the piston right hand, pumping down on the head of Yuki Sasaki, and that was all she wrote. Xavier Lucas, textbook finish.
Fantastic work from Xavier Lucas. In his 11th mixed martial arts victory, he claims the XMMA World Middleweight title. And the big one, Daniel Cormier and Soa
4
Palale.
minutes and 2 seconds into round number 5.
Your fight was stopped by knockout, and your new XMMA World Middleweight Champion, Xavier X-Man Lucas!
captures the world title. Folks, the action continues.